Well, hello guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9. But the gag is, the show wasn't on and popping last night. The tea is Apollo is engaged and getting ready to get married again, okay? Phony Fefe, you done pissed Apollo off, and now he is revealing that he is engaged, and we are finding out thanks to Fabulous. Y'all go over there, check him out, Fabulous. Over on IG and on Twitter, Fabulous be dropping that tea. He is engaged, and I don't know about getting married, but the little young girl lives in Jersey where Apollo is serving his time. Supposedly, the young lady goes and see Apollo too, at least twice a week. She's supposedly a realtor, a broker. I don't know. They posted that she sold her last property in January, which is a long time ago because it's almost January again. But we are speculating, why are they dropping this tea? Well, Carlos King, he got to do something to get this show popping. No more Nene. Nene was the villain and everybody came for Nene. Cherie, Kenya going back and forth about this house. Are they going to be able to sustain the Housewives of Atlanta with them? My house is bigger than yours. Big bank take little bank. Nah, I don't think so. So someone released that they are taping and she will appear on the Housewives of Atlanta. We seen Peter and Todd going in at some restaurant, and they're taping with the young lady that's supposed to be engaged to Apollo. And Phony Fefe, as Mama Joyce called your ass out, girl, they finna shade your ass for filth. And you know what, guys? That's probably why Miss Portia want to take a dig at Candy, because she knew this shit was going on, and they knew Todd and Candy basically don't care for Miss Phaedra anymore. Candy do it in a passive-aggressive way, try to play like she's not shade Miss Phaedra, but she let Mama and Don Juan go in on her ass last night, and she tried to play like, Mama, stop, don't do that. But anyway, Real Housewives of Atlanta, quick, fast, and a hurry. It started off with Miss Kenya escorting Portia out because she invited everybody but Miss Portia. She said she didn't want no thoughts allowed. Basically, Miss Kenya said she didn't want Portia there because of her anger issues. And we already know Miss Portia has already drugged Kenya literally by the hair on the stage at the reunion a couple of seasons ago, and they're still taping together because both of the girls still need their job. And I've looked at a lot of reviews, and everybody is saying the same thing. This season is, it's not, when the show starts, we want a kicker. We want something that's going to grab our attention. Even with the three-way, supposedly the threesomes that they were having, Candy, Todd, and Portia, or whatever, allegedly. They didn't even kick it off with that, This has started off to be very, very boring. So thanks to Apollo and him being engaged, that we got a little reason to keep tuning in to the Housewives of Atlanta, because, are we going to be able to continue to watch My House is Bigger Than Yours? And I've always liked Kenya, and maybe I like, the person that everybody hates, but I feel like everybody didn't give Kenya a fair try. Well, last night, Miss Kenya was calling Cherie bitches and hoes. So, I'm going to have to say, you know what? And Cherie was getting really, really petty at the end when she was following her and throwing her hands in her face. You know what, Cherie? You better be careful, because domestic violence they're not playing with anymore. And it looked like you was a step from grabbing Kenya and shaking her motherfucking ass, shaking the table, as Miss K. Michelle said. Oh, bitch, you getting ready to shake the tables. But, Kenya, you got to be careful. You like to stir that pot. And you got to be careful. Somebody going to reach over there and grab your motherfucking ass. And they going to, you say that's all your hair. Somebody going to snatch that motherfucking shit. We going to be able to see if you got any motherfucking, if you got any extra added, okay? But like I say, it started off with Kenya escorting Portia out. Portia left. No problem. We also had Joyce. Well, Candy met with her team, Don Juan, and they wanted to say since Ace got so many people following him on Instagram, one thing about Candy, she strategized. She know how to make that money. And she said she's going to start selling kid items. And Mama Joyce walks in and she goes, well, what you going to do for me? Well, of course, the restaurant is being open for the old lady gang. And they take us on a tour to show us how the restaurant coming. And we hear that, there's some shit going on with the restaurants. The contractors are saying that Candy and Todd, them owe them money. And it looks like maybe Candy and Todd may be holding out on paying them until they get their shit together. Because I know Candy got plenty of money. That motherfucker right there. That motherfucker right there. I believe she holding on to her shit. And as Mama Joyce was walking through with the tour with the old lady gang, her sisters, all she kept on saying is, this costs a lot of money. This costs a lot of money. She's still watching Todd motherfucking ass. And she want to make sure that he ain't trying to take advantage of her daughter, okay? So, it is what it is. We're going to see how the restaurant's going to turn out. And it looks like it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a place for people to perform, have dinner, take pictures, whatever, whatnot. Kudos. And I hope everything turned out fine. One thing Candy said, that everything shit don't turn out right is always falls on her back. And I understand, Candy, when you put your name out there, you got to make sure the shit go right. So she kind of side-eyed. And Todd, like, look, motherfucker, you keep putting me in all these predicaments, and you're not going to fuck with my money, and you also fucking up my name. So, it is what it is. Also, we go back to the housewarming. Matt showed up at the end, and Kenya, she, had that one or two tears to where now I'm starting to side eye Miss Kenya and say the breakup you and Matt had while you guys wasn't filming was a plot. Okay. I ain't mad at you. Get your money how you live. Get your money, boo. So, they sit up and they have a one-on-one, and she basically say they're going to work on their relationship. So now it goes to show that shit was fake. Next week, we're going to see her at a family reunion with Matt family, and the sister coming for her ass. They called her a cougar. Well, you know what, Miss Kenya, when he 29 and you 46, 47, 49, however old you are, you still look good. I would have said, yeah, you can call me a cougar, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me, but your son, your brother's interested in this old pussy, and I'm going to throw that shit up on his ass, and I'm going to make him see sunshine. Bitch, run with it. Don't be so afraid to embrace what you got going on in life, and run with it. We had Cynthia taping with Peter. They hadn't seen each other in a while, okay? Basically, it seemed like Cynthia was not going to move down to South Carolina, and she got sick of Peter and his adulterous ways. So she decided to call it, to call the marriage a quit. She decided to end the marriage, basically. He hadn't reached out to her attorney because he's saying that he wasn't ready to let it go. Me, myself, personally, he don't want to let the camera go. That's what's going on with Apollo. And they all still want this TV fame. I ain't mad at you. Get it how y'all live. It is what it is. So, basically, he said, after they met, and it was very sad, a very sad scene. And it just goes to show this, it might not be all reality, but some of this shit is real. And like they say, people like Cynthia, because Cynthia don't have so many fabricated stories. So he picked up the phone. He said, I want to make you happy. He calls the lawyer, and he decides to sign the divorce papers so she can move forward in life, Anyway, back at the Ponderosa, Noelle is shooting a scene with Cynthia, and she asked her mom, she said, Mom, I heard you guys argue the entire relationship, and I knew you wasn't happy. She said, Mama, do you have low self-esteem? And I was like, oh my God, bravo, put that on there. And it just goes to show you guys, no matter how much we put on or we get up there and we try to make the world think everything okay, sometimes in life, we all fall short. We all are weak. We all have to stay prayed up. And it goes to show no matter how much Cynthia may walk tall, talk tall, and act like nothing bothers her, Noelle just put it out there that Mama is having an issue with what's going on in her life, and she embraced her and she showed her, I'm there for you, you know. And I thought that was really, really cute. Basically, Sheree, only thing we got going on with her is her still trying to get Chateau Sheree together. And when she filmed the scene with Kenya, all they did was go back and forth at each other, call each other bitches and hoes, and something that, you know, we thought that the Real Housewives of Atlanta was trying to stray away from, which I know they have to bring it for us to be interested in the housewife, is was these two going back and forth and making us feel like we was over there on the west side of Las Vegas. You know, it reminded me of being in the hood, because we heard bitches and we heard hoes and bitch, what you gonna do? And I'm gonna check you and move your hand and I'm gonna walk away. And Kenya shaded and say, you know, I'm in an aggressive relationship with Matt. I'm not finna let another man, you know, come at me that way. Popeyes, which, you know, they just did a whole bunch of name calling and belittling each other. And I'm like, Wendy Williams, you know, that shit didn't look good. But it is what it is. And I guess Carlos King say he got to bring something to the table, because nobody is interested in this boring ass, these first two episodes of the Housewives. So as we see, Apollo is going to spice it up, and they're going to make Miss Phaedra, phony Phaedra, look, you know, like, bitch, you know he was cheating. You know he was fucking scamming. You know y'all was in that shit together. I'm with Mama Joyce on the bullshit. And Candy, no matter how much you sit back and try to play like you don't know what was going on, you agree with Mama Joyce, because you let that y'all claim y'all don't know what's being edited, but that shit made TV. And you know what? Phaedra is really not gonna fuck with you no more, Candy. But we all know y'all relationship is over, and it is what it is, you guys. This is my recap discussion of Housewives of Atlanta, and I'll see you guys next week. And I just don't feel like being on camera today, guys. Get it how you live. Y'all have a lucky day. Bye bye.